Talking of customers, you could say that one of the main things that is going on in terms of commercial use of the post office is customer relationship management in one way or another. Mail shots, brochures, packages, rather than just delivery of product. And here there is a huge challenge for the future, and I'm interested in your view of the future of the post office here in Germany. Because the marketplace is getting more crowded. It's true that as the volumes of mail have kept going surprisingly well, haven't they? Mainly because of huge mail shots, sales literature. And that has replaced a lot of the ordinary stuff which has just melted away, the stuff that's gone on to email. But there is a challenge here, because the average consumer in Europe is exposed now to 30,000 brand names a month, and up to $1 billion of advertising will have passed your eyes in the last 30 days alone. And the market, quite frankly, as I'm sure you agree, is getting saturated. Put your hands up if you regularly throw away most of the advertising literature that comes in through your door. Put your hands up if that advertising literature actually makes you annoyed. Put your hands up if you are part of a distribution service which delivers it. What have you told me? What you've told me is that that is a sector of business that you're not sure you believe in anymore, right? Is that what you've told me? What you said is this is a section of business that you think that there's a fundamental challenge with that section of business. What you're telling me is that you've got worries about the environmental implications, about the waste of time and energy, about whether it's the right thing to do, and so on. But yet people continue to do it. And the reason is because, of course, when it's well done, when it's done intelligently, the response is fantastic. Put your hands up if you have recently responded to a well-targeted mail shot from someone that you know and love, a company you know and love. It's part of your list. You get it through the door, you open it straight away because you know there's something in there for you that will be customized to you, it's well-designed, and you respond to it quickly. Put your hands up if you have benefit from that kind of thing. I do. For me, it's the British Airways mail shot. It's very clever. There's stuff which comes through online, but actually they do some very nice stuff in a brochure. And I'll open it, tear it open straight away. I'll read it for 30 seconds and I bin it. It's true, it doesn't stay very long, but actually it is one of the things I do open, and it is part of my relationship with them. And I bought things from it. But there's an awful lot of stuff that is wasted. And I think that, the direct mail industry, I talk a lot with direct marketers, and I've been saying this, that we need to get it right. Because if the industry doesn't improve what they do, then what will happen is I will throw away good stuff with the bad. I have actually thrown away a contract worth tens of thousands of dollars mixed up with junk mail. Has anybody else done something like that? You've thrown away something really important because, for heaven's sake, you come back from vacation, there's this much junk mail, you just threw away the lot and you threw away something important. Anybody else done that? Okay. It's a challenge. So what happens is, if the advertising industry improves, if they all improve, then we all start opening the mail more often. If they don't, if 90% of the mail shots are last century mail shots, then what happens is the effectiveness of the last 10%, the really good, the genius one, tremendous one, beautifully designed, customized for you personally, but you never even opened it because it was muddled up with the rest. So if I was in charge of a national post office, I would be wanting to bring together conferences with all the direct marketers in Germany right now. And I'd be saying, let's do it better. I'm sure you do these things already. Let's do it better. Let's improve it. Let's knock out the stuff which actually we are embarrassed to deliver. Really. And you should be embarrassed to produce. And let's get the standards right so that every piece of paper really matters, which will benefit everyone. And it will actually work for us as well as for you in the long run. It's not just for in terms of the marketing success. And what is the future anyway of paper in an online world? I happen to believe that paper has a great future. Can anybody tell me any reason why I believe that? I'm an author, okay? You're going to receive a book in a moment. It's signed by me. Okay, why do I believe in paper? Why do I believe that books are going to survive? What do you think? Not just books, but other printed forms. I believe they are a medium of the future. Why? That should be good news for you if you're in the business of delivering bits of paper. Why, as a futurist, do I believe in paper so much? Something in your hand that's concrete? Yes, that's true. I hope it means something more to you to have a physical book, which I have signed something in for you. Okay. In emotional connection, yes, that's true. Yes, some other reasons. You don't need a battery for your BlackBerry. That's absolutely right. Can we follow that on? I'm a physician, which is another clue. What about any medically related things that might be impacting on paper? Low electrosmog, yes. Can we follow through? There's no electrosmog, yes. More than that, actually. Yeah, there's no electromagnetic radiation, but other things are issues. I'll tell you something. When you're listening to me right now, you are listening at 112K. If you know bandwidth, you know that an ordinary phone line runs it up to 56K, and your broadband at home runs at 10 megabits per second or 20 or something. Your ears can hear only 112,000 characters of information each second. It's pathetic. Your eyes can process 3 trillion bits of data every second through all of your bandwidth. So here's an amazing fact. If you pick up a copy of a huge newspaper and you put it on the desk, you can read that whole newspaper in how many seconds? If you were in a hurry and you thought there was an article about DHL in there or about a competitor, how long will it take you to read the whole of that newspaper and be sure that you've seen it or not seen it? 30 seconds. And how much of the paper will you have read in that time, do you think, as you went? Quite a lot. You'll say, hey, by the way, did you see what the Deutsche Bank said yesterday? And our chairman was quoted yesterday morning, and by the way, there's a funny old story, and you got all of that in about 60 seconds. You can read the equivalent of an entire book out of a newspaper in about 2 or 3 minutes, because you are using your 3,000 terabits of data, and it just goes zoom, straight in. And I promise you, you can read one of my books in 10 minutes. Okay? I'll tell you how. You start at the middle and you work out, backwards and forwards, until it's finished. And you go for the little headlines. I've written a little sub-headline on each page so you can read the whole book very quickly. And you can scan it and you'll find the bits that you want. And you'll go back and read another chapter again another time. That's why paper is so important. On a computer screen, you only have, 1024 by 768 pixels or something like that. It's ridiculous. Your eyes see all this data, but the computer screen gives you a tiny amount of information compared to the printed page. You cannot, I can produce for you a beautiful travel catalogue of holidays, of cruises around the Mediterranean. You can never, ever show me something as effective online in terms of the color, the detail, and the speed at which you can read it. So paper survives, which is very good news for you. And it doesn't matter whether it's DHL, one client in Hong Kong, DHLing to Frankfurt, or it might be the dear old post office, Deutsche Post, from Cologne to Cologne. But paper does matter in the online world, so long as it has the quality that justifies it.